Oh, hello, everybody. It's Monday. That must be the daily recap show time. We are QOTD. QOTD is the question of the day show, the game show that lets you be on the air, and you can join us here by recording your video answers to our awesome daily questions.
And you can also join us by voting for your favorite answers to determine who makes it to the weekly Big Show Championship. That happens on Thursdays at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time.
We're going to show you how you can make it on the air with us for that Thursday Big Show. And we're also going to take a sneak peek at one of our favorite fan answers to today's question of the day. You know, Ashton Kutcher once made his living by sweeping cereal off a factory floor, and Brad Pitt dressed as a chicken to promote a fast food chain. And today, our fans share with us a job that they held that maybe they're not so proud of.
That is so funny. One of our fans was saying, well, you know, there are no embarrassing jobs as dignity in work, but dressing like a chicken really tests the limits of that, doesn't it?
If anything's going to help you prepare for acting, I mean, that's got to be one of the best lessons you could ever learn.
That's why he is the second greatest actor of our generation, behind Matt Damon, of course.
Oh, Matt Damon also dressed as a chicken. I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
It's so great.
Why go to Juilliard when you could just do chicken advertising?
It goes to show you there are no embarrassing jobs.
Exactly. But let's go back a little bit earlier to our top answers for Friday's question. Instead of burial, be composted. It's eco-friendly, but is it for you?
I love this. I love this question. People have had pretty interesting answers. People feel very passionately about this, but I'm like completely drawn to the question that comes after that, which is like, what do you want to grow in your little... Anyways, on Saturday, our question was sort of related to what happens to you after you die and the composting thing. The real question is, when you're reincarnated, what kind of animal, if you could choose, would you like to come back at? Who is your animal reincarnation, goal? These guys have some pretty interesting answers. I've been spending a lot of time thinking about it. My spirit animal, possibly a chipmunk, maybe.
That's a great animal. I'm thinking, honestly, like an elephant. An elephant would be so fun. You just get to stand over everyone else. It's perfect.
And you got to remember everything forever.
Oh, that's true. I'll never misplace any item ever again. So could be worse.
Still in second grade, you're going to remember that till the day you die.
Exactly.
Ooh, blessing and a curse.
Truly. Well, we also have our top 3 answers for Sunday's question, which is, where is your hometown and what do you miss the most or least about it? Talking about memory, formative memories are made in your hometown. Home is where the heart is, as they say. So let us know what you love about that, or when you return, what you're not the most excited to come back to.
Some of those guys had pretty exotic stories. The guy on the far right, Pear, I think he was from the Netherlands or something, like someplace in Europe. And it was like, he told stories. It was like very alien. It was very cool.
Well, let's get to today's question of the day. Can we get a little drum roll, as always? What's the most embarrassing job you've ever had?
Like I say, no embarrassing jobs that but some sure feel like it.
While you're in it, it's like, I think this might be the one. This might be the embarrassing job. I don't know about that 0 jobs thing.
So I've had like a million jobs. Like when I was a kid, like right up until, my 30s, I had a job every couple of years, and it added up to a lot of things. So I didn't even know which embarrassing job to choose from. But I'm thinking now, I worked on a construction site, and I drove a giant forklift with like wheels this big. And that doesn't sound embarrassing, except I was really bad at it. And I was dropping things or crashing into the sides of buildings and stuff like that. It was humiliating.
I don't know. I have a friend who worked for years at a bull semen factory. I won't get into the mechanics of her job, but it was horribly embarrassing.
So do you know the details?
Yes.
Don't tell us the details. Don't tell us the details. No,
It is everything you imagine and worse.
Oh,
I promise.
oh no.
Let's leave some things to the imagination, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I agree. I think my embarrassing job doesn't quite get to that point, but now that I think about it, I did have a job as my town's videographer for my town's Board of Education. So it was just me in a room with a bunch of adults dressed in suits. I was like the little dressed down. I was just the youngest person there by a mile. It was wild, truly. But I also did get to see how the town operated, so that was fun. That was cool.
There's power in your embarrassment.
Exactly. Yeah, I know all the secrets. So if you ever
Sounds
want to
right.
know, I am the person with the most power in my hometown, easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have our amazing answers and our embarrassing jobs, but we also have a lot of really great answers from fans, even though this question is just a few hours old. And so I thought we could take a look at one of our early favorites. So receiving the distinct honor of unjustly jinxed job, we have James's answer. Let's take a watch.
The most embarrassing job I've ever had was to tarp a field during a minor league baseball game. Anytime it would rain and there was a rain delay, because all the players and all the fans are all watching you, and you don't know what you're doing. And sometimes I would run a little too far and slip and faceplant in front of 8,000 people.
He's like sliding into every base like a real player.
But you got to believe that. So you're out there every week, right? Maybe it rains a lot, but you're with 30 people. You're pushing this giant thing. You all have to move in line. The grass is totally slippery. Those guys probably fell on their faces every single week, and people would just sit there and wait to jeer them. It must have been really embarrassing.
Oh, no. Yeah, well, that brings up a really good point for me, which is how many jobs are in and of themselves embarrassing, and how many jobs are embarrassing if you do them poorly or if you make a mistake. Because I think a lot of answers are falling into the latter category.
Yeah. Could you imagine if you were like Trisha's friend working in the bovine erotica industry and you made a mistake? I wouldn't be good.
Bovine erotica.
I'm trying to come up with a polite name for what you did.
I liked it. Yeah, that was.
But JJ, I agree with you. Not all jobs are inherently embarrassing, but I worked at an ice cream place, and I got to tell you, there is like definitely an art to the soft serve, like getting the perfect height, getting the perfect circumference so it doesn't fall. And I was just terrible at it. And so over and over again, I would be the one that dropped the whole cone and then had to pick it up and start over again. And one time this woman was so impatient with me, and she just looked at me and goes, "Honey, good luck with this job." And I owned the place. That was the worst part of the whole thing. You can really reevaluate.
Yeah, your career choices. Maybe
Well,
soft
and
serve's
here
not
I
for
am
you.
with all of you.
Yes.
Yay!
You're doing great. I just want to say that.
True. No, everyone is doing really great. This job is very fun, I will say.
Yeah.
Well, we have our amazing answers to this question, but we also have a lot of other questions that people can still answer. I think so far it's 3 this week. And we also wanted to highlight one of our answers to those questions. So receiving the honor of Burial Innovation for her answer to Friday's question, instead of burial be composted, it's eco-friendly, but is it for you? We have Kate's answer. Let's take another watch.
I think it's okay to be composted and would be okay with my loved ones doing it as long as I would know where they are. So that way, if I wanted to go visit them at a greenery and I know that they are helping a tree grow, that'd be super legit. And I could be really cool things like different plants.
Yeah. What are you going to choose? What kind of plant?
I think that's really interesting because a lot of people said, well, I wouldn't want to be composted because I don't want to come back necessarily as something that is going to be ingested by another human being. But if you could choose what you would like to come back as, I think that's fantastic.
Maybe a tree, like the Giving Tree. Remember that book? That's what I want to be. Yeah.
Oh, I like that a lot. What do you think I'd come back as?
Crab apple tree.
It's like the older, meaner version of the giving tree. Thank you.
The taking tree.
After the giving tree just like suffers all the disappointments of life, it becomes a crabapple tree.
Well, fans, you've got 3 days left to submit your own videos for your chance to appear with us on our Thursday Big Show. That's a super fun finale. It's hosted by Keith JJ Reed and I, where we go over the best of the best videos of the whole week. It's every Thursday at 8:30 a.m. on YouTube, Twitch, or right here at beyondtheair.com.
To record your answer for that big show, you can go to beyondtheair.com and click the orange record button under the 24/7 live game stream, or you can still answer today's question or any of this week's other questions for your chance to tell us what plant you'd want to help grow in your passing, what embarrassing jobs you've had before, and for your chance to join us on the air.
And while you're over there at beyondtheair.com, you can record and you can watch, but you can also play the amazing Guess and Bid game. And that's where you bid stars on the videos that you think that other people are going to vote for and which are going to win. And then when they win, you get points that help you climb the leaderboard. It's another way that you can be on the air. And these guys.
Who wouldn't want to join us?
Right.
Well, thank you to everybody who joined us this morning, and a special thank you to everybody who has watched, voted, and recorded so far already. We are QOTD and Be on the Air, and we are signing off. See you on TV.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bova.